Pierce Robinsen's Red Tricks, Manufacturing Crisis Where None Exists, an editorial by Professor Wall Street. In the predictable continuation of PNM's post-election strategy, we now have Pierce Robinsen's breathlessly hyperbolic editorial titled, "Who's Running What? Government Blunder Sparks Uncertainty." The piece, which reads more like political fan fiction than serious journalism, is yet another transparent attempt to undermine public confidence in the newly elected UNC administration before it has even had time to settle into office. Robinsen's melodramatic portrayal of total confusion, absolute disarray, and a full-blown administrative meltdown over routine administrative adjustments that occur during any transition of government reveals his clear partisan agenda. This is not journalism. It's political theater designed to create the perception of chaos where minimal issues exist. Here are 10 reasons why Robinsen's editorial exemplifies red tricks politics. 1. Disproportionate language. Robinsen's use of phrases like total confusion is happening as we speak, and absolute disarray to describe standard bureaucratic adjustments betrays his intent to catastrophize. When a new government takes office, administrative reassignments always require adjustment. Robinsen's language isn't just exaggerated, it's designed to provoke anxiety. 2. Unrealistic time frame expectations. Criticizing a government that has been in office for less than a month for making minor administrative adjustments reveals Robinsen's bad faith approach. Any fair-minded observer understands that transitions between administrations necessarily involve administrative fine-tuning. By expecting instant perfection, Robinsen sets an impossible standard no administration could meet. 3. Selective outrage. Robinsen's sudden concern about ministerial assignments conveniently emerged only after the UNC took office. Where was this scrutiny during the PNM's 9 years when similar administrative adjustments occurred? This selective outrage exposes the partisan motivation behind his supposed concern. 4. Deliberate mischaracterization. Robinsen portrays routine administrative corrections as evidence of governmental dysfunction. In reality, identifying and correcting clerical errors demonstrates responsible governance, not failure. The administration's transparent acknowledgement and swift correction of mistakes represents good governance, not crisis. 5. Anonymous sources and vague claims. Robinsen's assertions about infighting, arguments, and open defiance cite no specific sources or verifiable incidents. This reliance on vague claims without attribution is a hallmark of political hit pieces rather than factual reporting. 6. Manufactured crisis over normal process. The editorial transforms standard administrative procedures, reassigning responsibilities, clarifying reporting structures, and correcting clerical errors into a fabricated crisis. This deliberate inflation of routine matters into catastrophic failures reveals Robinsen's intent to manipulate public perception. 7. Ignoring contextual realities. Robinsen conveniently omits that his full-blown administrative meltdown occurs during a major transition of government after 9 years of the previous administration. This deliberate removal of context serves only to distort reality and mislead readers about the significance of minor administrative adjustments. 8. Projection of PNM failures. Robinsen's focus on administrative efficiency notably ignores the previous PNM government's well-documented management failures across multiple sectors. This projection strategy, attacking others for issues that plagued one's own side, is a classic red trick designed to distract from the previous administration's shortcomings. 9. Strategic timing. Publishing such alarmist content less than a month into the new administration's term is calculated to undermine public confidence before the government has reasonable time to implement its agenda. This timing reveals the piece as a political weapon rather than legitimate criticism. 10. Theatrics over substance. Robinson's editorial offers zero substantive policy criticism, focusing instead on bureaucratic minutiae while ignoring the actual governance initiatives being undertaken. This preference for dramatic narrative over policy analysis exposes the piece as political entertainment rather than serious commentary. In conclusion, Pierce Robinson's The Red Tutu is showing. Pierce Robinson's editorial represents exactly the kind of partisan alarmism that Trinidad and Tobago voters rejected at the polls. The PNM playbook, creating perception of chaos, manufacturing crisis, and undermining confidence through exaggeration, is being deployed with predictable precision. What Robinson describes as chaos is simply the normal process of governmental transition. What he portrays as confusion is actually responsible administrative oversight and correction. And what he frames as uncertainty is the transparent acknowledgement and resolution of minor clerical errors. The people of Trinidad and Tobago deserve journalism that informs rather than inflames, that contextualizes rather than catastrophizes. Robinson's editorial fails these basic standards, revealing itself as nothing more than a partisan attempt to undermine a democratically elected government through manufactured outrage and exaggerated claims. If Robinson wishes to be taken seriously as a commentator rather than dismissed as a partisan performer, he should remove his PNM tutu, acknowledge the reality of governmental transition, and offer constructive criticism based on substantive policy issues rather than administrative minutiae. The voters have spoken, and they deserve better than these transparent red tricks masquerading as journalism.